5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Oh, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, all you fine folks out there in the Dota 2 world. We are here taking a look at our second series of the day. Let's button see if it's gonna work. Nope, not gonna work. It's gonna mess with us. So we're just gonna hop right on into it in just a second. It's CR versus ADROIT. But before we go into that, quick shout out to our sponsor, Energy, keeping us energized through these. Of course, at loot.bet, the official betting sponsor of the BTS Pro Series. But now, without further ado, let's go into the draft. Neil Tsunami, how you feeling, my man?
Curious. I'll say that. I have not seen Mushi play competitively in quite a while, and this is actually the first set of official games for CR. No one knows what the acronym stands for. Well, yeah, I mean in this tournament though.
No, they played in this tournament.
No, I know. I'm saying like they haven't played anything before this tournament. This tournament is the first official games.
Got it. You're killing it.
Yeah. And so I'm very curious to see what they're capable of. I kind of put Mushi into the same camp as Dendi, which is to say that I'm always excited whenever a team is made around these players, but I never really have particularly high expectations in terms of strength of the rosters. And so, same thing, me coming into this. So far, the only match CR has played is against TNC, in which they got 2-0'd. And I think ADROIT are better than TNC, although, like we said, there's still that rock, paper, scissors between ADROIT, TNC, and Reality Rift. So we will see if they're actually better or not. And as for ADROIT themselves, they have been on the come up. Much like Boom, it's been a roster that's been together for quite a while and kind of middling around in Tier 2 SEA. But they're starting to maybe break through to Tier 1, and so that's why I'm leaning ADROIT right now. But like I said, always curious to see what a Mushi stack is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, I brought up the betting odds. I'll bring it again real quickly. The pre-draft Game 1 betting odds. 1.2 for ADROIT, 4.4 for C. It's pretty heavily that favor.
Yeah.
I will say ADROIT to me, low. This is my read on them. They are all super talented. They seem like they have a good understanding of how they want to play Dota, and on top of that, they don't tend to choke when the matches don't matter. Now, when the matches matter, the tension gets on them. You know, the pedigree goes up a little bit, and things can sometimes fall apart. But this is like, I would not be surprised if ADROIT didn't game the entire like group stage, and then they bomb out of
10 seconds.
I could definitely see that.
That's their MO.
Yeah. Which is, I think, the
5 seconds remaining.
typical way that Southeast Asia, CIS, and South American teams typically go is that its consistency is the most unpredictable thing, and so ADROIT definitely has that MO for sure.
They have been getting better though. You know, they made it to the major earlier this year, and now they're playing. Well, they were supposed to go to struggles there. As far as this draft goes, the very different opening than what we've seen in other one.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
No Caudle,
Ember.
no Ember. Shaman actually being first phased. Pango and Puck I can kind of understand, but yeah, Shaman is interesting, as well as Terrible. Droid are kind
Radiant team,
let's
pick.
see.
This is something that they did run before previously. Right, first phase Terrorblade for Natsumi. Also, and I think in our last series, Terrorblade got banned out in the first. Not mistaken. So that's something else to watch. Then they go for the or afterward. Interesting start to this draft.
Yeah, they're just kind of
10 seconds remaining.
doing their own thing. I don't really think they care about what CR is going to pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Not really seeing very many synergies.
Pick.
I mean, obviously, Ogre's good with anyone who right-clicks. Wow, Crystal Maiden.
Radiant
That's
team,
I also don't see it
pick.
frequently.
And then the Death Prophet. So one thing to keep in mind here, ADROIT picking quickly. CR was a little bit late to the game, which is why we're slightly late to this broadcast. And because of that, there was level 1 given to CR. So they have a little bit less reserve time than they would have otherwise at this game. Yeah, I think when you see ADROIT play,
remaining.
Mac is like this big space maker running around the map making stuff happen. And then
5 seconds
Natsumi is
remaining.
like, you know, off farming, getting huge.
They definitely have potential for this game. Meanwhile, TR, Crystal Maiden. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the statistic to my own because I do not think Crystal Maiden's a very good hero right now. Curious to see if she's being picked at all in Cell tournament right now.
Sorry, I keep on bumping into my which means desk is shaking. Earthquake. I have a standing desk, which I really enjoy.
Dire team ban.
Because I move around a lot too. I'm like sort of bouncing around as I'm casting. The whole thing moves around.
I'm surprised it doesn't have any feedback. You must have. Wait, do you have like an arm for your mic, or is
Yeah,
it like?
look at it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Liquid picked up a crystal. Oh, so Crystal Maiden currently has 11 picks
10
in the ESL
seconds
tournament
remaining.
and a
Radiant
45%
team ban.
It seems like Liquid favors the hero a lot. In fact, Liquid is the only team that's picked. So five out of the 11 picks are from Liquid. And
Aren't they last? Cool. Good to know.
So I'm not thrilled with the hero right now. Clearly, Insania seems some
10
value in
seconds
it,
remaining.
and Mushi seems to also see some value in it.
5 seconds
I don't-
remaining.
They didn't pair the Phantom Lancer in any of their games. It seems like primarily they're putting it with Storm Spirits for Liquid. So either of the
team,
spirits.
pick.
Sure, I can see the benefit, the Arcane Aura with those two heroes. Right now, I'm not seeing the benefit of Arcane Aura really with any of these heroes, as opposed to something like a Coddle, which is way more typical in terms of being a mana battery these days. So curious to see what that one's all about.
Thought we had seen more of it in Southeast Asia. Like I'm wrong.
10 seconds remaining.
Watching Liquid
5 seconds remaining.
does look like okay. No, so there was one game that ADROIT previously played it like you're talking about. It with Silencer. That was the Silencer mid game? That was so sick.
Okay, I could see that being good too.
Yeah.
To allow glaive spam, but right now I'm seeing like, no. It has to be this. Well, I don't know where Puck is going. Right now, I'm leaning towards a 4 position. I'm pretty sure they're gonna pick a mid on CR, but it could be a mid Puck.
Dire team pick.
The last pick, Pugna.
Oh, I still don't really see the benefit of Crystal Maiden. Pugna has the highest gain, and I don't think he has mana issues in the early game either. So, yeah, I mean, it's maybe comfort for CR, but in terms of meta, it's far
10
off
seconds
meta to
remaining.
CM, but I won't dwell on it too much because it's just
5 seconds
they have a
remaining.
kind of squishy team, and that's the only thing that really scares me about. Because these days, all these stars and axes and shakers, it's very popular to have tanky supports and tanky offlane, and that is not really the case. Pango is not nearly in the same realm as all those heroes. Right, they have Magi, who's going to be that big tanky meat shield, and Death Prophet with the heals Terrorblade is a little bit squishy, and so Crystal Maiden does provide a lot of magic damage against them. But aside from that, I feel like it's gonna take like 3 right clicks from Terrorblade to kill off like half of CR's team.
Well, and the biggest thing here to me, like, normally you sort of pair up one against the other in terms of matchup with the sports, and CM picked into Ogre. Like, he really do not have much that you can, unless they wanted to like go all out tri-lane, which is kind of a forgotten art.
Yeah, and I don't think
like
Pango can solo.
Yeah,
like a shaman will destroy Pango.
Choose your hero, my good friend.
Okay.
So it'll be an off-lane Necro with an Ogre. God, that sounds like a terrifying lane to have to deal with.
Holy.
Dude, Crystal Maiden's gonna do literally nothing. She's going to do literally nothing. There are very, very few supports who could do anything against that lane. But Crystal Maiden definitely does not do anything against that lane.
Let's see if the odds are updated at all and what it's like. It looks like after the draft, CR actually got a little bit of a bump. They say that they like the CR draft.
Sure. We'll see. I feel like you have to dodge lanes now as CR, because Phantom Lancer's also not mad. Alright. I mean, props to the odds, I guess. I would be leading a droid personally, but
I mean, it's still a 4-1 going the other direction, right? Like that's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now, if I'm Mushi, I am gonna die in this game so many times. Like, because you're slow as all hell. You can't do anything. Like, that's one of the biggest things to me is way slower. So if they need to disengage, she dies. If she needs to, you know, start the fight just to be the one out front, and then it looks like it's a bad fight, oh, you're just gonna die there too. In the lane stage, you're gonna get beaten to death. Like, I don't know what. Maybe she's gonna try and bully the Terrorblade again. That lane with like a bunch of mangoes.
Against this Terrorblade. But the thing is that Shaman supporting him, and Shaman is like, Andy is a boots first Shaman. He is going to bully nobody's. He may be even more of a bully than Ogre Magi. Freaking 74 right click straight out the base. I think Shaman's kind of underrated right now, which is why I was comparing him to that 4-position Death Prophet that we saw, because they kind of fulfill the same role, and they can be team fighty pushers. Just that a Shaman also provides a lot more lane presence with the right click and a lot more stable. And they may be able to get an easy first blood on someone.
Stargazer, run away, my man. You don't want to be here. Wookie.
Still have like 10 seconds left in the snow.
Oh God, he's in so much trouble. Boomy's moving over. Shackles, they. Oh, CML's got the stun afterwards. The punch. Doppelganger is there. Stargazer. Dude, he got so lucky.
He got so lucky.
That's insane. How did that happen?
This on?
That's like the only spot that he lives. It's like Mushi's gonna. But.
Still has to skill Doppelganger at 1, which a bit, because that means that he can't harass with Lance or get hits, and he can't get the bonus damage from Rush. But he stays alive, and that's fair. Whereas she only no, it's lucky.
Blood.
Yo, what was he thinking?
He was thinking that he was not playing Crystal Maiden. But let me tell you, he's Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, top lane, Natsume.
Right there on the or from the Pango. Get it. Well, we'll see how it goes. So, pretty nice start for Drake in that first blood on Mushi. You know what it is? He's trying to set him up for the streak. That's actually, I wonder if the play. You pick the like most capable dying supports. That way you give streaks away, and then you start play later.
Make a long con. The long con.
I actually think that's kind of a cool. Dude, I'm down. Let's go.
Please let us ever party together. They're cool.
Boomy, more right, having used the shackles earlier on, but does still have this big beefy right clicks. Block out that camp. EML heading back up towards the top on the Ogre. Won't be the dreaded Necro Ogre lane, but
yeah, that's
comments
kind of the thing. But Shaman does need the farm more than an Ogre does, so it kind of makes sense. Shaman is probably a little bit more common, but it would have been a very, very... Not to say that this also is not a mean lane. Again, it's a Crystal Maiden who has to deal with laning against Shaman and who's just constantly healing the shot. So even if you're spamming out this Crystal Nova, it's not going to last for very long. Although they are doing a fair amount of damage.
It will be able to back up this Fairy Fire and a Magic Stick still though, so it's pretty hard for him to do much. You mentioned that mana battery helping out all the other lanes would be nice. And her will probably get to spam a couple more Nether Blasts every now and then after Pango. And on top of World CML here, they're gonna head off another direction. Not decide to pop the stick charges. He can also get silenced and punch back there for a moment.
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, it seems like Shadow Shaman's interested in stacking camps for Terrablood, as opposed to being a lane dominator, which seems like a waste of its potential, especially if you're going to get this first. I feel like to just prevent pulls like this from happening, manage to get the small camp pull off, and discourage a Phantom Lancer from getting close, because it's a Phantom Lancer with an orb of them. So if you leave a Necro alone, he can definitely get bullied, but Boomy is more interested in making sure that his Terrorblade has a good game, it seems.
Yeah. And that's kind of the adroit way of playing. It feels like is wanting to make sure that happens, and it's the highest priority for them constantly is that Boomy has a good game. Terrorblade did manage to get a Ring of Trask put out to him by the Ogre, so sort of a pair of you get farm on the TP, block off the camp, and Hawk. Boop. Here's another shot. The turnaround. He's going far too far, my man. His box charges, turns, looking for the fight, looking for the kill onto Stargazer. They have another difficult second if they won't use it. Stargazer, what? Really?
Yeah. Maybe just stay in this area, because, I mean, Phantom Lancer has to run out eventually.
Oh, yeah, and now he's up at full HP. They're trying to kill off Mushi instead. He's going to be able to run him down with the Ether Shock, it looks like. Get himself another kill. Bach, in the meantime, does have another round. Shroud, living. Stargazer. It's about going more further on Bach. He can be able to play as well out of this. It doesn't look like it. They will finally find that kill. Boom. In the meantime, Cuteness Clarity running. Have to keep up the chase.
Yeah, a bit of a miss, but I feel like they should have been able to get that kill, but well played by Stargazer. Maybe it's that extra mana from the Crystal Maiden.
Okay.
When the Stargazer's able to spam out these lances a little bit more freely.
And that's, getting those points up early is important. Yeah, Ghost Shroud. You need to be able to get the extra healing.
Exactly. And then I guess the one lane that we haven't been able to look to the mid lane. Prophet versus the Pugna seems very, very even so far. Doesn't have a slight deny advantage, but experience-wise, they're it is a lot of net.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the thing is, either of these... should I? You do now. Neither of these heroes can really rotate either, because as soon as one of them leaves, the other one's going to start pushing like crazy, because both of them have very, very strong push. Now Boomy are going to go down.
Real attack trying to run away, but won't end up happening. Max shows up, and the TP out of there. Looks like Stargazer will escape. Give up their life, but Bounty Rune given to Droid. That means that it is 3 Bounty Runes for Droid? Right? No, Ohio got the other one.
2 and 2.
Okay. This level 6 on Puck. Defeat into Ohio there. Tango taking damage.
Blast.
Down. He had the stick charges and Fairy Fire, so yeah, it wasn't going to ever be a real chance at a kill there. Have to overcommit for it. That is one thing, is that there's like so much potential to just like... There's no burst damage really in this lane.
Which is why I don't think that Natsumi's probably primarily using his meta more of a system more. disarm. He's been using them to harass, really. Also, it's unreliable harass if you have to deal with disarm all the time, so well, they are kind of going in now on Ohio.
He's gonna silence to get the extra damage out.
Yeah, he ripped it.
There wasn't a way.
I feel like if he had ripped it into the trees, he may have had enough time for a TP because the blast was down, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is being subject to extreme violence.
Well, I mean, I guess it does because... Maybe you need a better plan, but that's fine. So, again, you mentioned it, Boomy hanging out in this area, making sure that PL doesn't feel comfortable, although Stargazer still has been able to get some farm for himself instead of having heroes causing him trouble.
Yep, it kind of troubles me is the same issue that we saw with the PL versus Shaman matchup. Yet again, Meister is picked into a hero that can make illusions of Phantom Meister. So, fight, it's just going to be reflection onto the PL, and likely a whole bunch of doppelganger illusions made for Terrorblade, taking some abuse. Despite having double Bracer, he's going to have to go Shroud and Wand, and he still may go down. Meanwhile, DML does to Xiao Yu up top.
They are going to be able to chase in here for Bach. If he's left alone, he will die. Max shows up, wants to try and get a return kill here. Mushi does have a TP. Looks like he's going to be able to get it before Mac can find the finishing touches. Bit of bloodbath up top. Matsumi going to use the rest of this metamorphosis to try and farm up the hard camp. Was able to get a kill with that Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that this is Boomy's approach to playing the Shaman. Again, like now he's like stacking camps right now. So as opposed to using the boots for strong roaming, it just seems like he's using them to get from camp to camp a little bit quicker. And yeah, now there are plenty of stacks set up for this Terrorblade. So as soon as Natsumi transitions out of the lane, I imagine that Shadow Shaman will probably take it over so that he can find his experience elsewhere. That's now attempted life drain onto the... Such a short cooldown. Drain doesn't really blow it.
This is the weird timing right now. About 5 heroes mid. Side lane just has a hero in it. Look, gonna bring the puck back up top. Ohio gonna see if he can get a little bit more Russian fans with Natsumi. I mean, this is one nice part is like being able to have your Terrorblade get a hot start and then transition to the jungle as opposed to like having to go there at level 3. Yeah. It's a much more powerful position to be in, but does need to be careful here. Still saving. Well, they're not actually going to go for him. Okay. Gonna let him walk away. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's level 7, so there's potential for him to have Sunder. He's not even sitting on the skill point. He just like all in is 4 points for conjure image. Mid tower's going to go down, and even Ben-Hur is kind of cautious about going for the Decrepify Life Train, which he could have probably gotten the kill, but again, like, you don't know if he has Sunder or not.
Under attack.
The Mac gonna take the bottom of tier 1. Definitely better right now for CR in that regard. The pressure on these towers and being able to take 2 of the tier 1s. The only thing you really need to be worried about on ADROIT is making sure that you don't give up so much positioning around the map that Natsumi doesn't have a place to farm, but it looks like they're going to be taking him in this area. Ohio should scout out these stacks here as he takes over one of the posts, trade it off.
Yeah, CR is wise to ADROIT's gameplay. They have this extremely aggressive ward now in the Dire Jungle. It's confirming that there are stacks in place for this Terrorblade. He really wants his team to come take him, and Xiao Yu will oblige, as well as Ben.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Taking it down. They didn't quite get a stack off on that one at the same time.
The problem with stacking with a Tango, if they get disarmed, they're like, alright, stand in this camp then.
Is under attack.
Didn't take the medium camp yet. They might still go for that one. Comes back here, playing like a very greed, soak up whatever farm he possibly can on the map, as well as experience. And they think he had the tome being brought up to himself. No, the trusty shovel. He'll have his level 6 here in a Mel. Scouts out Ohio. Tango getting a little bit up in the face here of Mac. But it's just to push him back.
CR's just waiting. It's like, this Terrorblade's gonna walk in here any second. Just wait for it. Wait for it.
A prize.
Yeah, he's comfortable staying in this area. This is not a happy place.
I mean, he sees like no heroes on the map right now.
Yeah.
And the rest of the droid is cautiously walking in. They get a Hex off on Ben-Hur, but not in range for the Shackles.
Dyer's middle tower
Careful
is
there.
under an extraordinary amount of
Overextension.
stress.
It does feel like they're getting a little bit more out of the map. Fox still living up here top is in towards his mechanism. CR just getting a
Ohio
little
is
bit more.
literally just waiting here. He's just like, I got this dream coil. Please, can someone show up and we can fight in their jungle?
But it doesn't look like they want to do that at all.
I mean, it makes sense.
Mushi's just dead. They make this rotation. They're gonna finish this TP. That's crazy. There's no way that's a play.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I don't know. CR giving this up feels kind of bad.
Yeah. Since Exorcism has not been spent, okay, now it does. As soon as they see the Puck and the Pango scouted out, then no point taking the risk. It does cost 2 ultimates to take down this mid-tier 1, but again, it's all about making...
Someone must be very pleased with themselves.
out of our jungle, and so now that Natsumi has farmed up, bought half the map, it will probably a bunch of sentry wards, de-ward their northern jungle, and all of a sudden explode. Basically.
To him, this it's probably not true. A little bit more than that, but still, he's having a great, super easy game. Mush spot him here, and they're gonna bring in some heroes. Natsumi cannot afford to die right now. Like he's just Pinata, ready to get popped if he goes down right now.
He does have control of this outpost though, and so that's why he feels a little more confident than he should. But it's when he got Dream Coiled, then that could have been bad. But he does have a plan, so you really have to burst him or get that Winnie Rift silence off on him. And before Natsumi finishes off this Manta style too, otherwise at that point even the silence.
It out right there. They did block the Ancients, so get somebody to come and take care of that one. But it's a nice little bit of economic damage dealt.
Yeah,
Terrorblade.
At this point, though, now his northern jungle has been freed, so he's like, all right, fine. I will transition up there now, and it basically means that like 2 minutes of CR's time was effectively wasted.
Yeah, this like the trade off the farm across the map and just like not making any. That's not the play. You gotta Pugna. You gotta get some aggression. I feel like.
Yeah, and a PL cannot really outcarry it. Terrorblade, it's just not easy to do whenever you have to deal with reflection.
I mean, you can deal with it better now than it used to, at the very least, because you can dispel it. But it's still an annoying thing to deal with.
I don't see Manta Style nearly as frequently as I used to on Phantom Sir. These days, it seems to be all about like Diffusal Blade into Heart. Now, PL he is interested in rushing Manta solely because of.
Well, top lane, they're going on this Necro, and they will be able to take him down. So they get at least a kill here. Can they get an objective afterwards? Go for it.
Cane Rune, that's probably thrilled with this.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
With this. It may be a tier 2 for tier 2 trade. Hopefully they don't have to spend Sprint and Exorcism. If they only have to spend one of them, then it's great.
Mushi's just ulti when they run in here. Oh, silence though. Immediately there, and they take him down. And now they friggin' fuck y'all. Crazy. What the hell are you thinking? Ben-Hur, he's gonna go for the suck now, trying to take down DP, but she just silences him and is gonna kill Ben-Hur. They literally just keep 3 heroes into wards, into DP ulti. Mac is happy as all hell because he's gonna get a freaking double kill. Oh, he doesn't get it, but
Okay, so the Coleman immediately, and at that point, your whole team is TPing, you know there's going to be a massive TP delay, and Pango ends up showing up the latest, and Pango's the one who needs to show up first, because as soon as he ups in, gets rolling thunder, was available, Necro up top. Even if it was available, he needs to show up first. Pugna cannot be the one to show up second, which he didn't. I think it was Puck who showed up second. It's also not something that you want to happen. So that was a great shot calling from CR there.
I mean, heads up play from ADROIT, so like, hey, they're gonna be old, and it's gonna take forever. Let's just kill them, like every one of them.
Yeah.
They definitely did. They killed all of them. The PL, the only one that was left alive. That was the plan. Build up the streak on the DP Stowie Stargazer coming at the end.
The lyrical strats.
This is the way you do it. Bach dead again though. They caught him. I'm just gonna see him. He drop every damn thing on his face. And a nice reaction there. CR get the kill. They need to get the tower. Another thing that was missing
is under attack.
Kill that they got up here.
Yeah, despite exorcism being available, it doesn't seem like ADROIT are interested in defending this.
Dire's top tower is
down, and actually wanted Tango in the bot lane.
Damage, trying to chase. He goes into his rolling full. The other side, Mushi spotted up by CML. Io and Ben-Hur are here as well.
Mac is very difficult. Even though Necro's like tankier, Mac having the Yule Scepter makes him way more survivable right now. And once Necro completes the Greaves, he also will not have to deal with this defiant initiation longer.
Played so far so good for folks from ADROIT. They're going to jump on top of this Necro yet again, but a little bit hard to go for that full commitment there.
Fox is happy with this. This is, again, like the way that ADROIT plays. As long as Natsumi's having a good game, then things are going according. Completely unrestricted in this bot half of the map.
Radiant's courier has
getting towards the KB next. Already that Manta style done on top of treads.
Peaceable beast.
Good old-fashioned stats. I want to see top of the going on a Bach.
Just keep going on him.
This is the thing that's weird about it, right? Is that there isn't a 2 tower up here anymore.
Yeah. There's no objective to claim, and not stopping Terrorblade from farming. He's still farming.
It's just it's almost is starting to feel like either like CR obviously knows this is, well, maybe this could work for them now. To him now, the CM ulti coming out over to the side, but it's not looking like it's quite enough. He's gonna drop the Reaper, so he can't kill off Ohio. For CR, they with Stargazer, he does manage to stick charge and back out again. Tim shows up, throws out the reflection. They managed to walk away. Mac. Oh, Jackals? A little bit of baiting them into a fight, maybe, but it's a triple kill for Ben-Hur. They take down the Shadow Shaman afterwards. So, again, it looked like it shouldn't have been great for CR, but they end up pulling away with the victory there.
Yeah, I just don't know why ADROIT played to their hand, though. There's no way they go into their own jungle. There's no way that they have a player advantage because Natsumi did not want to go up there. Natsumi didn't even bother activating Metamorphosis when he showed up. Walked up, put down a reflection, lagged my computer a bunch, and then was like, alright, well, clearly this fight is too far gone. My death profit is too low. So what were ADROIT hoping to accomplish? It doesn't really matter that you free up the jungle. Terrorblade is doing fine on the bot half of the map. If they keep trying to kill Bach, then you can go. But instead, ADROIT tried to invade their own. Now they're gonna kill Ogre.
He went in for the D ward and got punished for it.
See now, like if they were timing it around an outpost, like if they went for that invasion in maybe like 15 seconds, then I would have been in of it because Natsumi would have shown up for that. But now they're gonna lose both outposts and they lost control of their jungle.
It looks like they should get bottom one. They're gonna pressure for this one. Bach and Boomy.
Dire's middle tower.
If anybody does make that TP rotation to stop this. But yeah, ADROIT losing a little bit of that momentum that they had earlier on. The trade-off of towers so far, it's pretty mirrored across the map, actually exactly evenly.
Structures are fortified.
Mid tier 2 is standing for both of them. Love to see CR get a little bit more aggressive soon, trying to take out the mid tier 2. Kills the Terrorblade illusion and backs out. That was one thing we didn't talk about with the life drain being able to kill those off.
Yeah, it's true.
Dire's middle tower.
If he's interested in getting like a then he can very dramatically cut down Natsumi's damage
lane. Scepter to get away for the moment. They're gonna find that coil. Do they have any save for this DP? Doesn't look like it. Bach not able to make enough happen early on there as well. Now Bach turns on the Ben-Hur, getting the drain being used, but will eventually be able to find that kill. ER. The rest of them.
Again, a little bit of myth-prioritized TPs. Natsumi ends up getting his TP as the final one. And good discipline by him, just not like pop BKB as soon as he pops in, but if he was able to show up a little bit earlier, he would have been able to Metamorphosis and TB and Reflection. And Phantom Master, oh, okay, he did end up rushing the Manta style, so I think he got that, and either, there are two purposes. The taking off the silence is one thing from think it's primarily for the TB reflection. But it's not a build that we see very often, especially before Diffusal Blade. That'll never happen on Advanced Monster, but I think it's the right call.
Yeah, and I guess that if he does manage to get into the later stages of the game on equal farm with TB, like the the mana cost added on the Thunder now makes it a slightly better matchup than it used to be. There's lots of ways where it's become more playable, but I still do like the Adroit draft going into the game. A Speed Vessel done on Puck. He has charges of it. Who's more use here? They'll use right at the start Spirit Vessel onto Apple, but holy Toledo, that's a lot. The silence. He just walks away. All right, he's fine, dude.
I shall repay in kind.
Yeah, the maxed out AoE on 425 obscene. Yeah, which is why like I can see the potential for position.
Yeah.
But, now they're going in for Roche. Scan is not available on either team.
They're just used it.
Okay, yeah.
So they realize that they're in there now. And are they going to go this? It looks like they're already moving over. They have Serpents. They've got the DT ulti as well as Necro ulti.
Yeah, they don't have Meta though, but...
Then Shin is out there if they want to go. Bach thinking about going in. Roche is super duper low. This is about the worst time they could have been there. Angle ulti comes out. Oh, Roche still not going down yet. They finally bring it in there, and Stargaze is going to be able to cut it because Max not opted to throw out that ultimate. You can turn it onto Boomy, but now the wards. Stargaze return, trying to take down some of these. Natsumi is dropping lower and lower. Still have Sun available, but there isn't an easily identifiable target to be able to go on out of there. Buy back on the as it looks like the ogre will die. Should go down. I should go down. Sure.
You can dodge the swap.
Sure. Oh God. Well, no. Okay, he's just. Yeah. I mean, it was sort of like
He's under attack.
no, like they backed in, they ran in, but they didn't like fully go in, and they couldn't get anybody into the pit actually, and that got a Aegis PL.
I'm surprised they didn't go better. Meta was coming off cooldown, and if DP is going to use Exorcism, Champ is going to use Serpent Ward. I think fight afterwards as long as Natsumi uses Meta. He doesn't need the BKB. Once the Puck is dead, then I think that's the biggest danger.
I don't
I think Puck is a big enough deal for
Dire's
terribly.
bottom tower is under attack.
They avoided it. It remains on Stargazer, and they're going to have that for quite a
Sorry,
while.
I just noticed that
You can
Dire's
definitely
bottom
start
tower
taking
is under
objectives
attack. In
relentlessly.
a blow to the Dire, their bottom tower
Natsumi
has
going
fallen.
for the Maelstrom. He's gonna go into Mjolnir next.
Yeah, you need some answer for terrible Phantom illusions.
Get reflection. It's there. Oh man, just completely destroyed CML. And look at his DP shield. Doesn't have anything to do. Bob trying to keep everybody alive. Mecca comes out at the end, but Mac gonna be the down. And Bach, now they just turn onto him. He ghost shrouds, so he's already completely. They are gonna kill off that Pango. Boomy doing it from the back end. And
Dire's bottom
and CR is run away. Oh god, no. Oh, what am I here?
That is popped, but all of CR backing off. They're actually re-engaging. They still have the Aegis, so I wouldn't blame them if they did. But
Sorry, I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They don't have the reflection cooldown yet for Natsumi.
This'll come in handy.
yeah, that'll be very, very valuable. Skills mix, so it's a 30-second cooldown, so I don't think it's a huge. Something that this Necro was like very useful. I thought that Necro was going to be way more of a force to be reckoned. He's pretty farmed also. And
What was your plan here? I like chased him this entire time, and he's just gonna be dead now. Moose to the side. They run with Stargazer. What is happening? I'm not here. Okay, now Pango showed up. They TP'd in on this front outpost. That's why it worked. So they will be able to find one kill now. Can they take down that TP? Turning to fight this one. That's just a decrep. He's taking a lot of damage on that Necrophos. It's gonna go down, but they did just on Stargazer. A big win there for ADROIT. Minute and a half left on it.
Yeah, and they can't find any exit kills. Nice. Only casualties are the Shaman. You end up killing off the Puck and taking off the Aegis on PL. And that Aegis had quite a bit of time. It was still like 2 minutes left on the Aegis. And there's still outer towers remaining. And again, like, there's been no fight where Terribly has used both his combo of Metamorphosis and BKB. It's always been one or the other. In this situation, it was just the BKB. In most of the earlier fights, it's just been the Metamorphosis. In the Roche fight, it was just the BKB. As soon as he's able to use both of those, then as long as Boomy can manage to get a Shackle or a Hex on one target, it's going to be very, very quick for V5.
Well, and we did just see the PL pick up the Titan's liver. Maybe it's going to be one of the answers later is go like the status resistance build, you know, and then you be like, I don't have to worry about. We'll see how it goes. Level 20 coming up soon on Tango, somebody ends up going for there. But ADROIT just trying to kind of get some semblance of life after a couple of bad minutes. The smoke up
This war
into Stargazer, and doesn't look like they're quite gonna find him super easily. They still might be able to though, as they're gonna walk high ground. It looks like Ben-Hur. No, they're not gonna go for it. Dangerous walking up hill and done
Shaman had a Blink Dagger, that would have been fantastic, but not there yet.
It's gonna be going for the BKB, it looks like, actually, to Ohio last time. How did this go last time? It's gonna go better this time, it looks like. Oh, yeah, he's dead. He knows. He's fine.
Spider legs on Pugna. That's very valid. Spider legs like are.
Mean to be,
Is there a single hero that you use more time to get spider legs in?
I don't like it because I have to press another button. I like the passive.
No. So the thing that I like is that it's such a low cooldown that I'm just constantly taking like phase boots. I'm just constantly pressing it. If I get it, great. And so, but there are some other ones like Clumsy Net. I always forget to use Clumsy Net.
Yeah. Man, then Stargaze is just gonna start to beat down this tower.
Terribly.
Coming over.
You need to show
Rain yet again.
The reflection is very important. As soon as you see the Mantis Saw come out, Terribly, the Phantom Lancer, then there's nothing that he can do to take over.
Trying to get down forward here. Another round of decrep on Mac. Force in the Yule Scepter. Bach gonna try and take this one down. They find the Hex, they find the Shackle. This isn't too bad. Reaper's Sight isn't enough, it is. They take down Stargazer. Big kill there. Zhao Yu may be in some trouble. It's just getting pummeled here, but he's already in the TP. They didn't quite get in range, break the TP, but that killing a Stargazer, that's big. That's a lot of gold.
There's a lot of gold. The streak ended. Just a win with block. He's to start the Scythe as soon as one of the tables from Shadow Shaman and ADROIT have more than enough damage in the span of the, I don't know, cycling. What would you mage? Scything? Like
Darks that, like when I'm in the shower trying to
that's pull him. I absolutely know what you're talking about. That illusion manages to scout up into the trees, and he dies in 3 hits, as is expected. Crystal Maiden.
Axe here. Shackled. Holding on to him. Ooh, but the jump in, the silence. Alright, he pays for it. Now throws out one more. Night. Be able to reclaim kill.
I'll be surprised if Bach starts dying now. He's like Radiator, Purifier, Greaves. Only has 1 stick charge, but he may be going for a whole bucket afterwards, at which point, if he goes Shrouds, even if you do dig on him, I think he's still gonna survive. There's just so much burst heal.
Yeah, that's there. He's still annoying, but yeah.
That's true, but actually, I think I should know the order. I think Greaves' heal comes out first and then the dispel comes out. I'm not 100% sure. I remember that being an issue because they used to think that it was a counter, but it's actually the other way around. That Spear Vessel will may have changed that interaction.
Okay. 3,000 lead right now. They do finish off the Blink Dagger on DP. This has been more and more of a build that we've seen DPs go for. Bottle back there on the ground. Now,
a game where silence is as critical as it is this game, I totally agree with. Got the backline, silence the Pugna, who has no way to get it off, is probably team fight winning. Roche respawns in 10 seconds. I think there's a telescope. Yeah, there's a telescope on Dire, so they already spent their scan elsewhere, but a Radiant Courier does confirm Mushi's Courier can...
Three acts into it if they want to go. Still pretty hard to take this fight. You're running into the pit against Galea. A little bit better. I mean, it is a little bit better than like if you're the ones taking illusion. They are going to spend TV illusion, so that's going to be one way that they can start to take this fight effectively is getting vision inside that pit, which I use.
He's actually going for the outpost right now, kind of revealing where she is, and revealing that she has a Blink Dagger. I don't really know if he should have just let the Ogre, because I don't think that could show himself since he can't Blink. Now they're going to might just go head to head this time.
Oh my god, they just blew a Boomy right at the start. That Dagon coming into play, and he doesn't have buyback. So he can't get in here. That's so much of their control that they need in this fight. Yeah, everybody is out of there, but unfortunately for Bach, he does not have a way to escape. Pain is coming. He is done. God, that can't happen like that.
That was a I'm not really sure why they started pushing the top tier 1, because that's not an important objective right now. Even if it is a TP point period for CR to go for the Roche fight, I don't think it's worth showing so much of your team when you confirm that Roche is being taken. TB Blue comes into the pit, they see PL's there, and then the Ogre starts taking his top outpost, and then everyone, like, I'm surprised that Chung's even in the top lane to begin with. How was he the first one to get initiated on?
Yeah, I think it was just like you're talking about, like of wanting to get that so that way they could take the Roche fight afterwards. Yeah. But then it's not realizing, oh, if we lose that, then we don't even take the fight. We just lose Roche. Yeah. Oh my god. CL every time manages to send the illusions in and not have to put himself in danger. Tier 3 top are going down. Dagon to the dome. He's gonna run away. It's still ethereal form. And Ogre, why are you hitting me? CML is just dead. He did the majority of that damage to himself, I think. Oh no. And now Ogre back into this game. Natsumi taking a ton of damage from this Pugna, and they can't get in and do anything.
I mean, they can, they're just not, because they don't have all 5 heroes. If they have all 5 heroes, which has not happened yet, then Death Prophet, BKB, Link, and Pugna can do that. He level 5 Dagon, he is all in on that. Although it does have an Invis rune, so that may be able to actually come at some point. But if Death Prophet just goes straight on the Pugna, then they win the fight. But that opening has not come out yet because the positioning from Benner has been great, but also it might have just been initiating very, it's been dirty initiation every single time.
Well, it's in DR initiating, really.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest problem. It's not, you haven't taken the fight on ADROIT's footing this entire time. And I think that speaks to the different styles of draft too, right? Like this lineup is meant to make Natsumi to deal with, but that, like, he's not at that point yet, really. It's not like, I think this is probably actually is the best that they could hope for, and they've got to go now. God, it can happen.
Yeah, he's got BKB completed on Shaman. The problem is I still feel like when do you feel comfortable activating the BKB? Because Pugna's just gonna snipe you. Okay, sir.
No, Boomy, he's gonna get caught. Oh, and still dropping somewhat low, but it's not low enough. They had the real one in their sights, but they couldn't quite do it. He's taking a lot of damage now. Might be able to bring him down. Bob trying to limp Scepter. Okay, never mind. They have taken him down once, and now Mushi is about to die. Natsumi getting low, but there's going to be the Sunder onto Ohio. Turns off on the other side. They need to get the hell out of here. He crept for the moment, trying to turn onto Sargaze with the life drain. Oh, now one more punch. It is going to get the kill on the PL, but it comes at the cost of Natsumi and the rest of them as Ben-Hur just Dagon's them dead for an ultra kill.
Stargazer had amazing micro and a very, very dangerous situation. He was able to successfully distract the Terrorblade long enough that he was able to creep while he was silenced and survive. After that Sunder should have been the death of him. He does not have buyback. That weapon has buyback, but no execution. That may just be game.
And you go all in on the PL for the, and then he just comes back and feels pretty bad as Bach trying to back out. CR not giving them the option. They have looked so strong after the first couple of really bad minutes, and now they're killing it. Dude, that Lotus was on point. All right, Boomy, BKB, trying to control it. They've got him held, but is it going to be enough to take up that one? It's not quite there. Dude, the story of his life, they can't quite kill him. Mac wants to pay. It's not going to happen. They don't get that finish. On the other side, Dago, this Lotus service has been so valued. They jump in another round. Dagon full. Kill off another. Mac now just trying to flee off to the fountain, but they are not even stopping for that right now. I think it's going to drop those GGs as CR taking down the big boys in a droid. Unless Boomy can somehow make a magic happen, but I think that this is just over.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Boomy going in. So nice. He's done. GG.
I mean, all eggs in the Terrorblade back for sure, which, as we said from minute one, is the way that a droid operate. But
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds Dire remaining. Team ban.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to BTS Pro Series. We are here ready to hop into our game at number 2 of our second series. Quick shout out to our sponsors,
pick
Monster Energy, keeping us energized through these late evenings.
Dire team pick.
Collection of them, and Neil has his own as well.
Radiant team.
So then, of course, the wonderful people at Loot.bet, who are the official betting sponsor of the BTS Pro Series. Neil, I didn't really know how to deal with that last game. It was all kinds of weird and funky. It ended up being PL taking over the game, and Bach not really being able to do much on the Necrophos. Going into this next game, we've already got a draft going. What are you expecting to see? What are you hoping to see? What do you like?
The thing that I like the most is Stargazer. Because I recognize all the other players on CR from prior rosters. Stargazer is the only newcomer to me, and I'm very impressed with his Phantom Lancer performance, both in terms of how he played. He was microing his illusions very well, making sure to kind of try to send out the decoys to distract ADROIT, and he showed flexibility and itemization. Getting the Manta Style as a first item, I think, is something that many newer players wouldn't do, because they're kind of stubborn and they don't really need to. They don't think of adapting to the game, and they're just like, oh, I always win with Diffusal Blade first, so might as well just get that anyway. But he got the Yasha, he finished off into the Mantha, and that was exactly what the game needed against a Death Prophet for silence, and against a Terrorblade with his reflection. So great adaptivity from Stargazer, and I'm very encouraged seeing him and moving forward into game 2.
See already these bets, the way that they've kind of adapted here. 0.3 and a little bit more respect given to CR after that last game. Still obviously favoring ADROIT. So at least to me that says that, you know, mixture of things based upon. I didn't like the Shadow Shaman. I didn't.
Dire team pick.
Afterwards, the Necrophos
Radiant
pick
team
either.
pick.
Because then it was like, okay, two heroes, the Death Prophet and the Necrophos, counted out by the one. Oh God, what do we do now? But ADROIT, they're gonna go for it again. Death Prophet, Oracle, Terrorblade, but they give up the puck and the A. Right.
Well, first phase TA. Okay. I mean, Ben-Hur had a fantastic game as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Game 1 with his Pugna. Again, he also showed versatility with itemization going for the day. It was an excellent idea to deal with the Terrorblade illusions and to just insta-gib the Shadow Shaman and the Ogre. So, but I have that kind of expectation from Ben-Hur. I've been seeing him a long time in Southeast Asia, so I can pretty confidently say that he should be able to handle playing a Templar Assassin who was picked into the first phase. Especially since you know it's going to be a Death Prophet. I don't think ADROIT have the capability of turning it into a 4 position as other teams do. I'm pretty sure that's going to be guaranteed in the mid lane, but you never know for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, that face that I just made. Oh, actually, you can't see it. Production, but I made Tidehunter third. Okay. I think they wanted a team fighter who could deal with Death Prophet's silence. And, I don't want to have to build a BKB or a Yules or a Manta or a Lotus Orb or Waves. Then I guess Tidehunter's a pretty good solution. Other than that, I don't think he's necessarily like that strong against Terrorblade, because Terrorblade, a hero who has extremely high armor, and Tidehunter is great against many melee heroes, but Anchor Smash is all physical, and I don't really think it's going to bother a Terrorblade all too much. It feels very mushy pick, though.
Yes,
like that old school what do we need? It's that one thing that you're talking about, dealing with a Death Prophet silence, but it's not thinking about Tidehunter in the way of the new way that we often see back with the anchor.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not thinking of offliners in that way, because another reason that Tidehunter is not very popular is of all the heroes that like build all the aura items, like your Crimson Guards and Thieves and your Pyre, Tidehunter doesn't really like having to do that, just because the Blink Dagger is just so critical to getting off successful Ravages. And he's also far more cooldown dependent. Most of the popular offlaners have very short downtime, or they have more flexibility with how they'll use their ultimate. Like, Stampede can be used offensively or defensively. You never want to have to use Ravage defensively. So Tidehunter is kind of an old school pick in that, sure.
Radiant team.
I will say it's kind of nice to be able to reduce down all the damage that Terrible is going to be doing. That would be a cool thing. And then they go back for the Gale again as their answer. Terrible. Husk is taken now from Drake. They're starting to reach a little bit back into the meta bag of tricks.
Which technically GeekFam may be warping statistics on Tusk's popularity. So they picked it every single game yesterday, so 6 games of Tusk. Would not be surprised if it's like one of the most picked heroes for the in this event right now in our region. But there's a reason why it's more meta.
Dire team
and more save potential is a great idea. I think that between the Death Prophet and the Oracle, I'm sorry, the Oracle and the Tusk, then it's going to be very, very difficult to make this Tidehunter Ravage be useful, assuming that Boomy can get an early blink. If he gets slowed down, then he'll be just as useless as any other support hero, because you just can't get in range for the snowball.
Okay.
Detroit, they banned out the Crystal Maiden as the final ban, so CM. But Connell's teamfight is also godlike now compared to CM.
Derpy looking.
This is a PS1 deer.
Jeez, that thing was crazy. Compare that to like Oracle. Oracle looks.
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna do that.
Right? See some of the texture quality differences between the earlier heroes and the later heroes.
This is the perfect time to pause. Look at this deer, this stag, whatever it is. Look at his eyes. Now compare that.
Name. It's the heroic stag of the Northlight. Thank you very much.
Look at that. It is like 12 pixels on these eyes. That's literally all it is. And then you look at this thing, and like Oracle looks like a freaking statue, like carved by Michelangelo. Second David.
I think the snake around his projectile has more personality than the stag's face.
Look at this thing. Terrible. It looks like a duck. See, it's like a bill.
Yeah, dude, I can see it.
His nose.
I like the buckle like isn't even modeled. It's just more of a texture on his head.
Oh, we're gonna get out of that now before we all die a little bit inside. Yeah, so let's see how this lane ends up working. It looks like they're gonna stick Mushi, Ohio, Jiayu up here at the start, and then maybe try and go for a first bloodable. Ooh, wait a minute though. About this, you ready? Double gush start. It's not gonna be long enough.
Yeah, it doesn't stack also. If it's stacked, then maybe. If armor reduction stacked, but it just reflects the glove.
If the spell was different, then
Yes, if the spell was different.
story of my theory crafting.
Similar invasion from ADROIT, making the DP. Let's get Oracle down here. All 5 heroes are on the southern half of the map for ADROIT. And Natsumi is also down
30
here.
seconds to battle.
I wonder if they thought that the problem was... So it was the Terrorblade
rather like this.
laning
Well,
against
except
the
and
Go
a chameleon.
and the Puck last,
But
right?
the possibilities for combat were much the
Let's
same.
blame them.
And now are they going to dodge the Terrorblade? I still feel like sorry, are they going to dodge the Tidehunter? Because I feel like Terrorblade does okay against the Tidehunter.
Now your fish food.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that this
battle
might have been
begins.
something that they've seen the matchup before, or they've played it before, and it doesn't go.
oh wait, I didn't even talk. It's Bach on. Didn't even mention that.
Hey,
No, that he's
yeah.
on Radiant, and you didn't pronounce it properly. It's Ohio.
What?
It's okay.
Oh God, no. Terrible. Terrible.
This is strange. Death Prophet 3 position. I saw 4 position just an hour and a half ago, and now I'm seeing 3 position. It's a,
I think it's much more common, that one though. Like I think we've seen Cuckoo do it a couple of times. There's some people that have done, but
solo though.
no, they're gonna bring somebody. Surely they're gonna try and like First Blood Stargazer. They're gonna whiff it, and then like CML gonna leave. He's out of here. This is why he's this lane. Surely.
He's blocking the camp. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's going headdress, and if he doesn't have the headdress, then that means that Tusk has to go because Terrorblade needs 7 headdress in this.
I mean, at this time, Natsumi's having a pretty good start here against Stargazer. Granted, that is with Meta Live.
Exactly, yeah. So we'll see what happens once it goes on cooldown, because this isn't necessarily a very strong kill tri-lane, especially with Metamorphosis being down. It's irritating tri-lane, but it's not going to kill anyone, as I see that.
I mean, sure, lasts long enough, and on top of that, you got Blinding Light, which is such a great answer for the B. This is looking... Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess she's still getting levels, level 2 right now. There's been too many dies, it looked like, from the Tidehunter. She's got 4. Been able to make a light for herself. It's not great.
No. And I mean, I guess I don't really mind much if Tyler being free lane. I'm more curious to see if Ohio is also going to get a lot, because if this was like Fnatic, then I would be terrified of giving a DJ Puck a free lane versus a solo offlaner, because he's just going to be like making a bunch of stacks in the jungle and stuff like that. Progression continues in the bot lane, although Stargazer manages to finger and dodge the root from BML.
Trying to give Chakra there to bring it off cooldown. Also giving him some extra. But Doppelganger is super important for him to stay alive here, as Mac, that flame guard, pushes the wave now. And the root, okay. He's also got a sleight of fist afterwards. He's going to be able to find this kill. Mac gets it.
Is under attack.
That's pretty significant. Well played by Mac. Now, if he, okay, he's just dead. Yeah, that's pretty dramatic for him. Tidehunter completes the Soul Ring, so I'm curious if Ohio is just gonna keep the. I feel like Thunder can totally handle this guy. Maybe they can just kill her. That also works.
It's so strong though. She's still got 6. And he walks fine. That crazy. The big thing that's actually winning because of this is that Stargaze really has not had a game so far. 9-2 as they get the tag came out. Mushi push him away. That spell is so strong.
Oh my god.
Strange to say.
Oh
Middle tower is under attack.
Uh-oh, Ben-Hur. That ain't good. I did not expect that.
Really bad news. What did you learn?
Oh,
It's
wow.
you wonder that, Mac.
just gonna push this way. There's no way that TA can get back out here in time. Like, just
25 seconds under TP, man. That I have not seen mid be lost so hard in one direction in a very long time. I mean, this isn't like a face roll matchup. Also, Ember Spirit like has to significantly out the Templar Assassin to win this.
I have no reason.
I wanted to see Mac take this invis and run in between the towers and then like kill Ben-Hur right here. That would have been sick. But yeah, I'm actually keeping my eyes on that lane. Like, he was like a full head still, and it's gonna get level 6. Actually, she I don't know if she can stay here. Once Mac gets level 6, like his only limit is gonna be his mana pool, which is a bit of a problem. Time to tell.
Meanwhile, it seems like Tusk is content giving the advantage to Terrorblade, and he's headed up top now to lane for Death
Rune of invisibility.
Oh, is Ohio's trying to set up some stacks, and like that's why I'm surprised. Okay, he's not gonna get either. Oh, okay, he gets them, but he's out on his own back. Wait, did Tywin get the other one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit surprised that Ohio kind of. He didn't do very much laning the Thunder. He just kind of levels, didn't zone out Death Prophet, didn't kill Death Prophet, didn't establish a lot of stats in the jungle. Was kind of time and how should I use him from.
Yeah, that's not good at all. They're gonna be able to just run him down. Hawk suddenly has a game. So yeah, he got his levels, and well, they're making sure that Natsumi had a good time. They won mid, just one back versus Ben-Hur, and now top the kill. Breaking even to winning in 3 lanes.
Max back here.
Dude, oh my god, Ben-Hur's in so much trouble now. Bring in the tag team. Mac can't afford to take through this tower that much though. Silence is going to come out along with a couple more tower shots.
It's all Mooney
taking through it.
He has Flame Guard. Oh, he misses the root. There's a split second of fog Ohio manages to walk into.
But there is... Oh, Puck gets this rune. Ohio, what a god. I mean, he's going to die for it, but... Oh, and actually, he's just going to be able to TP back home and refill the... Or Tusk brings out the bottle charge. Damn.
Puts a streak onto Mac as well, so maybe not quite godlike.
Yeah. Oh, gee. Well, okay, there we go. A very, very nice start.
Ember's going to be such a problem for Phantom Lancer now, because Ember's got Ember and Bach. They're just going to play the exact thing that they old in Natsumi, which they are just going to make sure that he has a great game, and in this situation, that's just going to involve tracking down the Phantom Lancer or the Templar Assassin, and basically just invading their jungle, as you see here.
Lots of heroes nearby. Silence onto all of them. They don't have Ravage. Ben-Hur is just going to die. He might also go down, but Mac, he's got his eyes on Ohio. He wants to finish him up. Remnants forward, get some extra damage. Now another Sleight of Fist, and has he gone over a little bit too far? Mac. Well, he could throw out the Sleight of Fist now. One more punch. The Silence is there. Dodge. Gets double kill. Bottling up through Mac. He's gonna live through it. This madman trying to run away. Zhao Yu wants to get the finish. Oh, he misses it. Are you kidding me? Oh, Mac. The return of the Mac. Man, making it happen.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Teammates here as well. The Exorcism
Stargazer, no! Stargazer goes down too. All right, ADROIT are killing it this game. They came to play.
They are angry after game one, it seems.
Being subjected to extreme
structures. I don't even think it's been like amazing rotation.
There appears to be some sort of
systematic outplaying CR purely mechanics, and now Mushi getting chased down. Cryptstorm gonna finish him off. Let's see him get the kill.
So this is a really telling point right here. Ben-Hur, he goes to stack the camp. They try and stack it, it doesn't stack, and then drop it in the center as Ohio is just going to get ran down here by Mac. Doesn't decide to fully come for it. Turns out it was just he missed the stack. That was it. So the center wards. I don't think that they got a D ward. They might have gotten a D ward actually in there, but still 5,000 gold lead now. Patrick, resources are just
strange to say
losing lives, so it's a rough one.
Is under attack.
I don't really know, as long as Detroit keep very, very close attention to and close vision on the Radiant jungle, there's also no easy way to come back into it because TA needs to farm the jungle. Phantom Lancer can't go to the lane because of booming.
Like nobody's business. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Because Ember Spirit is he hasn't even completed his first item yet. But as soon as Zach finishes off this Maelstrom, not
Dude, he's thinking about Radiance. I know it. Mac is definitely rooted. Oh, the nice play there. But it's a little bit scary. Remnants away in danger. Ravage is there. Be careful. They will kill off the Oracle. Mac's also going to get hit by the trap there, but he has a Remnant back behind, so he should for celebration. So a pretty deep move there, and TR did not have to use Ravage.
Yeah, but they also only got an Oracle kill out of that.
Yeah.
Whereas Sumi continues to farm unimpeded, but this time the rest of his team, like, just having an Ember Spirit, I don't even care if the Ember Spirit was having a bad game. Just having Ember Spirit makes a big difference in enabling the Terrapin is now going aggressive onto Tide Hunter.
The fact that is still pretty nuts, right?
Oh, hi. It's possible that he saw the TA trap and he's like, okay, if I go into it, I'll die anyway. But yeah, he just TPs into the pit successfully and then comes back to that Remnant. Very well played. Max having a fantastic.
Not quietly just soaking up all the space that he's made. Farming out this entire jungle, taking down afterwards. Maelstrom's done now. 12 minutes in. Jayu still know that there is no Ravage for 80 seconds. This is so long.
It has. Illusion. Don't worry, he has a level 25 cooldown reduction talent.
Hey man, you can dare to dream. Yeah, the other mentioned that tier 2 tower being down bottom. She's just gonna try and pressure out this lane. Again, it's kind of lane when you're just trying to like hop auto blast here and somebody just spams out illusions over and over again.
Yeah, I mean it's only level 2 also. They may actually close in, although far away from the tree.
Stargazer can stack up this king. Hopefully he gets to clear through it. There is a very real possibility that he doesn't, as he spots it now and is like, oh, hey, you guys farming this. You guys want to come take the camp? When you think about it, yeah, you here as well. Still does not grab it. 4 away. Doesn't even get close to the camps. Oh, jeez. Meanwhile, Puck. Mac is still just messing with them over here.
Did they use Dreamflow? Meanwhile, mid, they just
dead.
Used
Stargazers now also. They made it find that silence. Follow with no Dreamflow, no problem. Bach continuing to think about chasing. Natsumi kills off Ohio. ADROIT just are not going to be denied here. 7,000 gold lead in 13 minutes.
And they won that fight even without their currently strongest hero of the Ember Spirit anywhere near it. They must have tried to kill Ember Spirit and failed. Because if they had Dream Coil, that fight may have actually gone pretty well. Because Will-O-Wisp with the Dream Coil may have bought enough time for Blorson to get some damage in. And Benner actually goes to the Blink Dagger first. Wow, that's super surprising. I thought in a game like this you would get it so any day of the week. But hopefully he's trying to follow up after a Ravage. It seems very, very optimistic.
I think that was what they probably did with the puck up there.
Maybe.
I think it makes sense. Like, you're not going to, as you mentioned, you're not going to put out of this game. If you're you have to go for like catching Mac overextends. The problem is he just hasn't yet. Or they've been able to punish him for it.
Now they smoke up him in the Tusk. They know the Phantom Lancer's there, but I think they're trying to bait for this bounty rune.
Ohio's there too.
They want to pull it out. They get them.
Rooted.
John.
Rooted. Dead. Duper dead. And
this is like their map movement is like 1,000 times better than it was last game. This is kind of what Sierra was trying to do to them. Is that like, oh, we won, or we did fairly good in the early game. Now let's just take over your jungle so that you can't come back into it. It's just that ADROIT have significantly more mobile heroes, and so they're able to see people both jungles. They kept invading bot, as you saw with the Phantom Lancer, and now they're staying in the top jungle, and so TA can't really stack up camps conveniently. So overall, far better performance from ADROIT in terms of distributing resources to everyone rather than putting it all on that Summon.
Yeah, and I think that it also is like the type of heroes they have, right? Before they had this DP,
exactly.
but it was
like
DP mid.
They're far more mobile, yeah.
Right. And DP mid, as opposed to Ember mid, you can be so much more active on the map. And instead, that DP place the Necrophos was, and now you have the Ember Spirit that. Like the support, the other two like supporting cores, if you will, they don't do the same thing basically like they did in the last game. 4 to 12, and top they spot out Tidehunter yet again. Have Ravage available if they want to use it.
They want 5-man push this. Natsumi's jumping up. He's got Met ready.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Meta Manta eyes on KB.
I've never seen
They are going to use that glyph.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Try and buy a little bit of them to get into the next set of items. They like have to get Deso. And the Deso on TA, like
Radiant's top tower.
guess that they're gonna have to use it to kill Mac. They're just not gonna be able to go that to him. That's the problem.
Dyer's structures have been fortified.
Wow, heavy commitment for a quick push.
I think that they can right afterwards go for another count though. Maybe it's a little bit scary with the meta wearing off.
Yeah.
I think we can fight this. Oh god. Okay, and yes it did. Yes it did. Will-O-Wisp down, Ravage is available, it hits on the 3. Where's the follow-up? There is nothing. Some trouble, Max. Side chains? Oh, he got it. Well done. Silence comes afterwards. They're gonna blow him up. Wow. Jeez. They will get Roche. They're gonna use the last little bit of this metamorphosis to like pull off this tower. ADROIT just really dominant in this game too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I guess great.
Structures are cunning.
Draft that they weren't used to because the Necrophos is night and day compared to this prophet. And the Death Prophet was sacrificed more this game than the Necrophos was last game. It was a solo laning Bach Death Prophet against Bach Tidehunter for like the first 7 minutes.
Radiant's top tower is
under
Fuck. Oh, got the picked on it. Just do no damage now. They get the good coil. It's on to all of them. Trying to do what they can, but they don't have Ravage. Boomy jumps over to the side. Is going to blow up Mushi. To blow up and kill off that Coddle, and it is GG. 18 minutes, y'all. That was
brutal. Hey, think maybe if Temple or Sensen had gotten obliterated in the middle, then it would have been more even. Because I don't think it was like that strong of a draft picture. I was impressed by the off depth.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team Dire team ban. Radiant team Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Oh ho ho, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing?
10 seconds remaining. Pick.
Blackwork.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome again to the
Radiant
BTS
team
Pro
pick.
Series game number 3.
Enchantress.
We are here for the final game of the final series of the night, which means, of course, we're down, we're feeling a little bit tired, we're trying to get through it, but there is one thing that would let us get through it, and that is, of course, Monster Energy keeping us energized. Where that can is placed now. Very well
10
done. And then, of
seconds
course, the wonderful
remaining.
folks on over at loot.bet, the official betting partner for BTS
5
Pro
seconds
Series. Neil,
remaining.
we got a draft.
We got a
Let's
draft.
go.
We got first phase picks. We got first phase bans. Death Prophet finally being respect banned. Both teams are capable of using it, but let's see. So what has changed then? I thought the Death Prophet was going to get banned much earlier in the series, but let's see what they did in. So game 1, they banned out Morphling, Nyx Assassin, Shaker, and Chen. So Nyx Assassin gets through. It's possible that they wanted something like an Ember Spirit or Snapfire, and it was the same bans in the previous game too as well. So Nyx Assassin gets through. Will ADROIT care, or will they just keep doing their thing? Okay, go with the Clockwork Enchantress, which was
Radiant
not their
team
thing before,
ban.
so going in yet another direction it seems.
We are opt with the first phase Earth Spirit, and then afterwards the Oak. So this to me is super bizarre.
Dire team ban.
Obviously something that, you know, it can be a
Dire
pretty
team
strong hero. We have seen some
Radiant
people
team
messing around with it in the I'm wondering if that's something they could be thinking. I don't necessarily think it's like the best way to play it, but I'm just like thinking, why else are you
Dire
first phasing
team
an Earth
pick.
Spirit?
Why
Feels
is
like there must-
Mushi picking Tidehunter? My man's drafting from 2017 still, I think. I don't. So much as how I was very surprised, like, why would you ever pick Crystal Maiden over Coddle? I too am wondering, why would you ever pick
Radiant
Earth Spirit
team
over
pick.
Tusk? It seems like significantly less useful in lane because Tag Team is just so good, and Earth Spirit does not provide anything nearly as useful. I would rather have Snowball than Rolling Boulder in most situations. And if you're first phase picking it, you don't even know if the silence is going to be useful. You don't even know if Magnetize is going to be useful.
seconds
And
remaining.
it doesn't seem like either of those things are going to be particularly useful. Against an Enchantress, I would
5
much
seconds
rather have
remaining.
Tag Team than anything that Earth Spirit can do. So, strange, for sure.
Super bizarre, super weird, but it's what they did. So there we are. Troll Warlord taken, and now the Void Spirit, Pugna for CR. So it does
Dire
feel like
team
CR's
back.
draft is very oriented towards like get in there, fight early, make some stuff happen. They take the Storm now, with a couple disables, but not a ton. Void Spirits feels like it could be pretty nice. That Aghanim Scepter, ooh, that sounds real.
That's the most intimidating thing for me, because, yeah, the Troll Warlord, the Clockwork, and any
seconds
potential
remaining.
Enchantress steals, which is probably not going to happen. That wouldn't be enough to
5
discourage the Storm
seconds
Spirit,
remaining.
but after already seeing the Void out, and it's probably going to be a core Void, I would not be
Radiant
surprised
team
if this is
ban.
mid. I would be very scared as a Storm Spirit of Void Spirit rushing an Aghanim Scepter, or even getting like, we see Orchid also fairly frequently, so there are definitely a lot of answers to a Storm Spirit. And it also kind of reveals that the Pugna is not going to be mid, because if they had maybe saved Storm Spirit for
10 seconds remaining.
the next phase, then maybe they could have changed out the bans.
5 seconds remaining.
Instead, it seems like Sierra wants to protect their one position, which Stargazer has been very, very good, but at the same time, like, we saw how badly Ben-Hur can lose a lane and subsequently lose the game.
Yeah, I think that is something I'm concerned about. I think that they are expecting they know the matchup, though, with this Void Spirit taken. I guess it still could hypothetically be a 5-inch and then a Flock and then Spirit offline. But I think they're anticipating a Spirit matchup mid. Which at this point, I would actually be down to see ADROIT try and swap it up then. Take that Void Spirit. I don't know how well that does against the other cores of CR.
It'll depend on who the one position is. So they ban out Void, which would be reasonably good against Void Spirit, so maybe they are considering that as a possibility. Actually, let me see.
Void is more...
Purple v purple.
Radiant
Okay, let's
team,
see here.
pick.
If ADROIT have...
Dire
played
team,
Void.
pick.
Phantom Assassin.
Right. Got a cool way to come out
man.
now.
ADROIT has a 100% win rate with Void Spirit out of 6 games.
Go.
Let's go. They won. They beat Fnatic with it, and they put it on Mac. So put it on mid. Another game, okay. It seems like they
10
primarily put
seconds
it on.
remaining.
So if Bach has it in his arsenal, great. Otherwise, I'm thinking it's an Honor,
ahead.
which not the
Thank
one
you.
that I was thinking of. But against a Phantom Assassin, I'm definitely on board with it.
Okay. Working out for them. I was thinking Viper last pick. Dirty about it. Although that wouldn't be really good against Storm. Ben-Hur would have okay. What do you think? Do you think that the Tidehunter is enough as we switch on over into the in-game now?
Yeah, I don't remember what the bans were. I probably would have preferred something like a Centaur instead. But if Centaur was banned out and you see a Phantom Assassin on the field, and they needed some other offlaner that can stun, Pango's not really reliable enough to disable a Storm Spirit. I mean, he could be great, but also he can be utterly useless. Whereas Tidehunter, you're much more cooldown dependent, but it's much more reliable disable on Storm Spirit, and it's just a really, really strong laner against a Phantom Assassin who's going to be supported by an Ogre, which also can't do anything really against a Tidehunter, so I'm on board with it. I'm going with the ADROIT's draft.
Looks like the betting odds a bit further into ADROIT's draft after it was done as well. So they're really feeling them. I still kind of have this like inkling at the back of my head that like PA late game Stargazer just like blows them up and kills everybody before they get a chance to stop it. And that's something to watch out for, definitely. Watch and you know, Pugna decrep on the troll. Like that's annoying to deal with. Weird looking type.
All these like Aztec themes. This was a I think it was like a TI, the jungle TI thing.
You really
he has a bunch of relics. Yeah, it was lots. Yeah, feels like an eternity ago since the DPC.
You were there.
existed.
You were in the jungle.
Both of us were there, my friend. Tearing it
Did
up.
I tell you that when they brought in the mayor of Shanghai? Remember that?
Yeah.
I just happened to be like walking out of the arena right as she was in, like kind of bumped into her with my shoulder a little bit.
Wait, did you
bad.
know who she was before did you only find out afterwards, or was like while you did the shoulder bump you're like, wait a second, was that just the mayor of Shanghai?
I mean, I'll let you try and figure out if I knew about it. I'm not gonna say anything. Marked.
True.
Yeah, it was fun. Stargazer.
30 seconds
So a little
to
boomy
battle.
over there to the side. Bach gonna be out together. They
Is this on?
like it should be a trade-off of likely. I've been PAs nowadays have sometimes looked like just one of the scariest heroes. Rapier is more popular now. she can like actually get
The
it.
battle begins.
I mean, it's still a little bit crazy, but it's not
Or
as
so.
crazy as it could be. And then having that combined with like just random lucky crit is
It kind of goes the other way though, because Rapier is so viable that a lot of heroes get True Strike against her now. Because it used to be you had to like put yourself into the MKB. You're like, do I really want to build an MKB? Do I really want to build a Bloodthorn? And now heroes are like, all right, whatever. Rapier, sure, let's do it. Also, this seems like a disgusting lane to have to go up against. A freaking Enchantress Tidehunter. I don't know how you farm as a Phantom Assassin. And
yeah, she's gonna have to get kind of these daggers being thrown out there at the right time. Ash gets it.
yeah,
Easy peasy.
Boomy went to go pick up some courier. Result doesn't start chucking it. It's only gonna get harder, I think. I really think this lane gets any easier as Ogre and PA get more experience.
I wonder if you take a point early with Stargazer.
Yeah, I think you have to.
You also get to you can dodge the infinite shots if they come in with that too, right? Am I crazy?
What do you mean?
With blur, like if you
Oh
see
yeah, it's just
coming in, you
standard.
pop blur.
Oh, you mean like as like with the dispel, not just the evasion?
Yeah, like going into the smoke for a second.
Yeah, that would work. Yes.
Ohio there. Let's get taken down. Just ran down by CML. This is the problem with this hero in these. He actually took. So this is what sometimes people have been doing when they play their Spirit in the lane is they just take Boulder Smash level 1. But having already used it to secure the creep, it means you can't use it to get CML away from him. It runs him.
Yeah, freaking
down.
22-second cooldown to level 1.
Okay. So far, going quite well in the top for CR, at least, or rather for ADROIT, for the play potential. They kill off the Ogre. That's not supposed to happen.
He stole this Ursa Elder Smasher, so I guess that card really factored into it. But yeah, like I said, this lane. So Paga, you are very close to death.
Radiant's courier.
You're getting a little bit robot-y on me there. They get the courier kill, and then they get the actual hero kill. Zhao Yu's gonna go down, yeah. Man, ADROIT after that game 1 have completely turned this stuff around. They are looking like a completely different.
Yeah, Discord's freaking out. But do you want me to try calling you again?
Yeah, let's do another quick little call. We don't have to see your face again. I can say all the things that I really meant. Nami, jealous of his beat. Hello?
Ding dong.
You sound better. Right.
It's me. What did we miss?
I didn't say anything mean about you.
Of course not. Perish the thought.
Oh God, Ohio, not again. Not again. Dude, what are you supposed to do? This is why you don't pick Earth Spirit. If you do that against a Tusk, you just like punch him to death. Actually, it's still probably bad against the Tusk, to be honest.
I don't think so, because you would just turn around and challenge the Clockwork. Because I mean, Clockwork, he doesn't even feel obligated to pick up cogs right now.
Wipes the measure of power.
Trying to back away. CML shows up though, and now Ben-Hur's in trouble. They're gonna get the roll in. Trying to take him down. They throw out the Aether Remnant, dodges away for the moment. Now the turn for the punches. Trying to beat down Ben-Hur. Mac is crazy, but it is gonna be enough. The Resonant Pulse keeps him alive. And now punching down Ohio. Ohio isn't going to be able to make this work. He has another roll in a second. Locked out by Mac. Gets the kill. Dude, Mac is having himself a series. Not to mention, the Ogre dead again. Boomy ends up paying for it, but holy crap.
Yeah, Mac is playing fantastically. What a beautiful understanding what Witcher is capable of pre-level 6. And yeah, so like even the beginning idea to use the Aether Remnant to pull the Storm into the tower aggro, despite him being super low, and he leaves the bottle on the ground, Enchantress fills it up. Yeah, Mac has had a amazing 2 games.
Well, and the other thing about that too is that like the DD spawning. So like it was a little bit of that, and like then also the recognition of do right now.
I think like pretty much any aside from the illusion rune, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to make something useful out of a haste in this regen. But yeah, just fantastic work. Yet again, I'm kind of scared for Ben-Hur because much like Templar Assassin, Storm Spirit's not a hero that can afford to fall behind early on. It's like he's partying with this clockwork right now, while Ohio is mid, almost about to die. Yet again blocked out. Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, pack it in, guys. It's been a good day. I don't know. Like the person that's having a good lane so far, at least, he's got to carry so hard this game. You got to get some big old crits, big old moves, and we'll see if it ends up working out for them. Ben, or the dodge away from that Aether Remnant. The regen here, Mushi.
Got you up top. He's in a world of hurt again. Rooted. Body blocked.
Saving the kill for Natsumi. What a player, CML, helping out his buddy. Storm was not able to pick up that regen rune there. Mac a full level ahead of him right now. Not really that afraid of whatever's going on in this lane. Bach has level 6 too, so they can ravage if they want to. They got to be careful here on PA.
Yeah, Lumi starts getting it. Solo. Lumi needs to be careful himself. He has stick charges. I can't believe the ball holder has no points in nature's attendance. Now ravage.
My god. Dude, turn around. She took over the creep as well. They jump in with Mac. Miss on that one, but they still have the secondary jump if they want to go for it. Nope. Do it. Or they are just going to run in. Throw out the Hadouken. Not quite there. Mac spots out now. Chasing, looking for it. The Remnant's not going to be there in time. They show up now with the Storm Spirit. A big Resonance Pulse. Do they have enough magic damage to burst through them? Doesn't quite look like it. Mac throws out another Remnant trying to get out. Not going to happen. 4 heroes, but they get the kill. And I told you, you build up the streak.
Well, he wasn't even on a streak. No, they didn't go according to plan. They should have let him kill the Phantom Assassin and then kill him. I can't believe this Enchantress is not leveling up Nature's Attendance. It's so good this game. I like the second point enchant. What does it do?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Half a second more of slow. Okay, it does give 30 seconds more on the duration on the enchant. That is quite significant. But still, man, like, Nature's Attendance against a Phantom Assassin, like, as long as you don't get crit, you're gonna be able to waste a bunch of her extra time. But whatever the case, Ravage is kind of wasted, and Mac goes down, kind of giving up somewhat of the advantage that he established against the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, it's still, though, I mean, and the thing to me about that, though, is that it's also, like, that this match doesn't seem like it's on even footing, right? Like, it feels like maybe they would have gotten closer to it, but on top of that, like, if this was maybe CR with a better late game team, it would be better, but I don't know if they're better late game. Like, maybe they are with PA and Storm Spirit, I don't know. I'm really not feeling their draft right now. It feels very tough for them to win the game.
Yeah, I think it'll be dependent on ADROIT not playing up to par than it is CR playing their draft correctly. Because no matter how perfectly they play, ADROIT just have the heroes to deal with them.
Got answered.
Double damage!
There's every which way. Well, Bach jumped on here. They're looking for the finish, and they will find it. 5 heroes? 4 heroes?
I know where the 5th one is.
He's taking some damage right now. Battery Salt, trying to get the kill. Okay, Natsumi able to find him. If Natsumi goes down, it's pretty bad. Or he can just turn around and try and kill you. A kick away, which is going to keep Ohio alive. Back towards mid, Ben-Hur. Facing off against Mac. They're both taunted, both pulled in, dissimulate to try and back away. He does manage to escape.
PA.
Can't afford to die.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, outpost taken there. They're going to try and take over the Radiant outpost as well. See if CR can move in and sneak the top side one away.
Should be fast. Ohio, yeah, they're not going to be able to. The CML should just be able to battery cell and knock them all out.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Dogs push back. It's just dead. Can't roll away. Nice. Super Dawn. Well, that's another kill going their direction. 4-13.
Top. That means that Troll can take this tier 1 tower completely uncontested down Blythe. And so they not only lose both outposts, but they also lose first tower.
Battle Fury on Troll.
Yeah, I'm Maelstrom first. Would have been nice versus a Templar, sorry, Phantom Assassin, but yeah, Battle Fury just, I mean, Natsumi's a farmer, we all know.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I've been watching them do all over that siege creep for a while. Stargate,
good trumpet. They
zone.
find him. Yeah. The Mac pulls him in. Managed to get off the magnetize. Io in trouble now. He drops down the double remnant and the jump in from the storm, looking for Natsumi. He's got to pop it, but doesn't have battle trance. So they will lose the Troll. That's a big kill. 668 gold.
Oh my god, you were right, Lyrical. You were right. It's all about establishing the kill streak.
It's actually crazy how much gold he got for that. He's only 900 gold behind now. Hell.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that I saw him not have battle hunger until level 8, and I was like, okay, I mean, he's not rotating, so it's really not that big of a deal. But then he does rotate, and he still doesn't have battle hunger, so very, very greedy from Natsumi.
They are going to pressure this top tower now. Boom. Jumped on here by Stargazer. Cool, rotating again. Ben-Hur is, I feel like he wants to prove himself here. After that last game and how disastrous EA ended up looking much better in this game.
Yeah, and it's important that he maintains this momentum because I don't see this game getting very easy for Phantom Assassin anytime soon. Pre-BKB, it's just like, even once she finishes off this escalator, it's gonna be hard. Nice hook shot.
Stargazer, he's got to try and run away from there. They try and get some extra vision. They're just gonna get one kill. Can they find a second? Stargazer actually doesn't have a TP, but they don't know that.
Seconds.
Wow.
He's gonna have to be very, very quiet. He may be able to activate Blur and just like cut his way through the former slide shop.
Don't get found. Don't.
Invisibility. Stargazer's like, why is this TP taking so long?
Natsumi, he's living through this, so they get one kill. Ushi is going to go down as well, and Ben-Hur invis for the moment. Thinking about going on Natsumi, this would be bold. This would be so crazy.
The problem is Bach will just ravage in an instant. Although, now...
Back in. Yeah, it's too much now. Got all the regen.
Yeah, and with only 1 point in Vortex, he wouldn't get long enough to disable to stop the Troll from getting rolling accidents and blind off. Man, this Pugna is feeding.
Dude, Mac is feeding on him.
6-0. That is not a good step. Pugna.
It's looking such a hard game. I mean, and again, the good thing about the Pugna is that as the game goes on, all he really needs to do besides trying to keep some damage on ours,
Radiant's
war, and then you try to whoever Troll's going on.
Lie about such things.
Still, it's not look right now. Not that far
middle
behind.
tower has fallen.
The other thing is that PA really has not had a great game either. She hasn't died as much, died only 2 times. Bigger thing is that she's been just forced around the map, so she hasn't been able to.
Top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Really, there are no heroes on CR who are having a particularly good game. Still trying to figure out what this Earth Spirit's purpose is. Was not great in the lane. Didn't really seem like his teamfight contribution is going to be too significant. He may be able to get some good follow-up silences onto the Void Spirit, and so if Storm initiates... Oh, never mind, Void Spirit has the rules now, so scratch that.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, it feels like it's just all on Storm.
Tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Which is not a great look right now. I guess the good thing about the Earth Spirit is that he's like just naturally going to kind of run into the middle fight. Start it, and then you can have the follow-up coming from the Storm. Still not great.
Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Trading a tier 2 tower for a tier 1. Don't really have any way to defend this. This block is just... He never has to use Ravage. He can just keep walking around and preventing Storm Spirit from ever feeling confident to go for a pick. Because once Ravage is down, then all of a sudden, like, the game, the map opens up substantially for the Storm. But if that's a persistent threat, then Storm just has to farm the jungle.
For a Blink Dagger this game, you back for the wood type afterward. Time is going to clear out these 8 here. Stone, then back to his allies here. And he is actually going to have a Yasha done afterwards. I would imagine he goes for the Sanji Yasha. Maybe he goes for the Manta to deal with the balance. Will he? Yeah, he's dead. It was a dream.
I think Sanji Yasha is the way to go because I don't really think Control cares about the silence. I think the status resistance is just all around more valuable because it also prevents Pugna from decrepping the Troll directly. And as a result, the Pugna will feel forced to decrep like whichever target he's going on. And usually you want to decrep the Troll himself so he can...
Yeah, and I guess it deals with the silence too by having that status.
Exactly.
Down here in the jungle, Io. Not afraid, bro. Really not. They pull back in the air.
What on earth?
I don't know. That was a tough one. And now right into Roche. Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They can't fight this. Again, Ravage is just persistently up. They're never going to use it.
Wow. All right, well, 9,000 gold lead here at 17 minutes. And they do scan it out. We'll see if Ben-Hur wants to go in on this one, or maybe Ohio's going to go for the roll.
No.
All right.
Sorry,
Kick. Oh, they're waiting. They're looking for it. They spot him. Oh, they miss. Okay, not going to get him. Natsumi able to take down Roche.
Oh no, he found Ben-Hur, the Yule's Aether Remnant. Nice. Gets it away from the Ravage.
Yeah.
I was the first ones.
Kill spree goes back, and they got the courier.
No lie, I mean, this is why it's this is why you gotta have respect for pro players, because if this was my pub, I would be just click up here, top left-hand corner, get out of this game, because this feels terrible. But they're sticking with it. They're like, never give up, never surrender. Which is a very good showing from ADROIT. They've been playing amazing.
I don't know why we're seeing a different CR than what we saw in Game 1. In Game 1, I was like, wow, this is beautifully coordinated. Even though the draft was like worse, in my opinion, they were still like moving around the map very systematically. They were having like good strategies in what they were trying to approach the game with. And Game 2 and 3, they just like lost the lane phase and be like, now what happens?
Well, and it's like it's been so long since something like positive has happened for them in this game. They just have any way to get any momentum back.
Not even this game. It's been so long since something positive happened in the past 2 games put together. It's just been like 40 minutes of pain, pretty much.
They've got Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit now too, so Storm is not safe.
PA might not be safe either.
Oh no, they got him.
DD rune.
Jump through, pulled back in. CML is nearby too, so he can't even try and TP away. CML take this. Cogs push back one more punch.
Oh no.
Gets the finish. Wow. Like honestly, like you look back at these pips along the way here, and it's like this. They got a kill on Enchantress. They took a tower. They got an observer ward. Like they got a sentry ward. Like this is the past 20 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Man.
Someone must be very pleased with
What
themselves.
happens when you lose a couple lanes, man?
Yep. Mac has definitely risen in stock for me personally, though. It's been really fun watching all these SEA mids, like Armel, also Moon, now Mac. Which, again, nothing to take away from Benner. Benner had an amazing Pugnet performance in Game 1, but it's been very, very one-sided. I have not seen one-sided domination mid like this in a while.
Yeah. He's quite the player. Absolutely. Train here. On out on the Bach.
Yes,
shows up. Well, that's a silence. That's a hook shot. That's a kill. That is a dead old Pugna.
1-2 by crit.
Oh, Stargazer.
Yeah,
Mac.
I'm surprised Mac didn't use him, but why bother?
Her's got his bloodstone. See?
Will he get more than 14 charges? I'm saying no. What are you saying?
More than 14?
Yeah, at
I
any point
that he will.
Okay.
I think he will.
Okay.
Very briefly. Very briefly.
Dire's structures are
Hey, tier 3 tower is gonna go down here, it looks like, unless something magical happens. Natsumi takes this one off down. Mule Scepter lift up there onto Pugna. And 8 becomes 9. They buy back onto this. They want to jump into the fight, trying to turn now. Can they get a good dodge? No! The Ravage caught him right at the very edge there. But it doesn't matter. I mean, they're still going to be able to back away from this one. Magnetize, reapplying it onto all of them. It's a lot of damage, but it's not enough. The silence is there. He's got to try and run away, see if he can make his escape. They pull him back in one more time. Mule Scepter lifts up, trying to jump away from it, but it's not going to happen. And GG is called as they are going to the series 2-1. ADROIT made it happen.
That was pretty surgical. Both game 2 and game 3. Win all 3 lanes. And never really relent the pressure.